Hi, boys and girls, and welcome to Monday. Hey, today for our class, we're going to do some problem solving. But before we start that, I thought it'd be kind of fun to see an animal video. I love dogs and cats, and sometimes it just makes me smile when I see them. So this first video is of a dog who absolutely loves sledding.
Okay, go.
So he's trying to jump on that sled. Come on, little guy.
Okay, you let the dog go.
Evidently, he wanted to sled himself. This is how Mrs. Swint feels when she's ready to start a new math lesson. Woohoo, woohoo, woohoo! That's a happy dog. All right, with that under our belt, let's go ahead and get started. Today, you're actually going to be doing problem solving using logical reasoning. So we are going to start by looking at page number 677. On 677, we start with Coco. Coco wants to plant a garden. Let's see if Mrs. Swint can move this. It should be about 10 inches, 10 feet, or 100 yards long. About how long should that garden be? Well, let's think about this. About how long should it be? If we're talking 10 inches, we're talking about this big. It wouldn't be very long, would it? If we're talking 10 feet, it would be probably, there's 3 feet in each of my yardsticks, so it would be 3 of these plus 1 more foot. That's not bad. Or 100 yards. It would be this all the way to probably, let's see, readiness. That's a pretty big garden. Well, my friends, what I do know is that I know what 10 inches is, I know what 10 feet are, and I know 100 yards. My question is about, so it's not asking for an exact, but an about, how long should my garden be? Well, how will I solve the problem? I'm going to think about it in my head. I know 10 inches is way too small. I know 100 yards is way too long. So, if 10 inches is too short and 100 yards is too long, I know then that I've solved my problem. It should be about 10 feet long. And this is a good time of the year to start thinking about planting that garden. Let's go on to the next page. On our next page, it says Zachary is looking up at the high diving board at the pool. Is the high diving board 10 inches, 10 feet, 10 yards? All right, well, if it's a high diving board, again, 10 feet or 10 inches would only be about this big. Probably be a high dive for an ant, but that's about it. Now, if I'm looking at my yardstick and I'm thinking, if I put this up, 10 feet would probably be about as high as maybe of my door, my classroom. I think that's kind of a low diving board. Now, 10 yards would be 10 of these. It would probably be the length of Mrs. Swint's classroom. So I'm going to logically think that out. So I can say, I know what 10 yards would be. I know what 10 feet would be. And I know 10 inches. So I know what everything is. I have an idea. So I'm going to go ahead and logically, I'm just going to write down that it would be, I'd say 10 yards is logically thinking. So you really don't have to write too much on this page, kids. Let's go to the next page. Sam planted a tomato plant that is 1 foot tall. The plant grows a little each week. After 4 weeks, would the plant be 10 inches or 14 inches? This is my question. We'll do a green marker for, like, since we're planting. Sounds like green grass and plants and leaves. I'm trying to figure out if it's going to be 10 inches or 14 inches. It started as 1 foot. I have to know how many inches are in a foot. So if I look at my ruler, it is going to tell me that there are 12 inches in a foot. Well, if it's already a foot and it's going to grow a little bit more, it's not going to be 10 inches. That means it shrunk a little bit. It's going to be 14 inches. So I know that's 14. It's logical reasoning. It's not going to shrink. It's going to get bigger. Jane made a paper chain that is 1 yard long. Brad made a paper chain that's 2 feet long. Who made the longer paper chain? You have to know your conversion here. The question I want to circle is, who made the longer paper chain? Was it Jane or Brad? Well, I know Jane made one that's 1 yard and Brad did 2 feet. I also know that how many feet are in 1 yard? Well, 1 yard equals how many feet? 3 feet. So if 1 yard equals 3 feet, that means Jane's got 3 feet and Brad's got 2. Who made the longer? My friend Jane did, didn't she? By 1 foot. It's 1 foot longer. On the second part of this question, it says, how many feet longer is it? I just answered it. 3 minus 2, we have 1. We have Mr. Moore's class is collecting things to measure. Lisa finds a pine cone. Would the pine cone be 3 inches, 3 feet, or 3 yards? Let's think about it. I'm going to use my measuring tape. This is 3 inches. Now, 3 feet would be 36 inches. It's this long. And if that pine cone is this long, or 3 yards, which would be 3 times this, I'm living in the land of the giants. So, logically, I know that 3 inches is going to be my answer. Let's look at the next page. Reviewing the strategies. It says Santos connects 6 markers. Each marker measures 5 inches. How long are my markers all together? Well, how long are they all together? That's the question I'm going to circle. Things I do know. I know there's 6 markers. I know they're 5 inches apiece. So I have to go count by 5 6 times. 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. I got 4 5s so far. Oh, she's coming. Get those. We can do this. 1 more 5. And I'm going to skip count now by 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We've got 30 inches. On number 5, I have Jamil. Jamil had a pencil that was 6 inches long. After a month of use, it was only 1 inch long. How many inches did they use? I'm subtracting because I've used something. If it's 6 minus how many inches? We don't know. But at the end, I know it equals 1 inch. I'll let you solve that one. Number 6 is Suna. Suna measured from one end of her kitchen table to the middle. The distance was set 42 inches long. Then she measured from the middle to the other end. So if this side is 42 inches and this part of the table is 42 inches, I need to know the total. I'll let you solve that one. For your homework on lesson 6, it's pretty straightforward. Remember, it's logical reasoning, so after you read it, you may have to read it twice. Go ahead, and you are all set. Have a great day, friends. We'll see you tomorrow.